Hey, what's going on, everyone? So in this video I wanted to talk about games that I'm currently playing or have played in October. Now before I get to those games, I do want to quickly talk about two games I played last October, October 2010, and those two games are Dead Space and Saw. Dead Space I already talked about in a previous video. I do want to add that this game is not only recommended for survival horror fans, but also fans of action games, since I believe that both types of gamers will really enjoy playing this game. The gameplay in the game is very smooth, and I don't recall any instances of slowdown or frame rate issues. As for Saw, this isn't a $60 game. I paid $20 for this game brand new, and the gameplay in this game is serviceable, and some of the puzzles in this game were annoying, but this game, where it makes up for it in story and atmosphere. What I want to say is that this game makes you feel like you're playing through one of the Saw movies, but I can't say that because I haven't seen any of the Saw movies. But what I will say is that this game does make me want to go watch one of the Saw movies. Now, as for the games that I'm playing this October, I am playing a couple of games. I just started playing Fallout 3, and I'm loving this game a lot. But the game that I wanted to talk about the most in this video is Dead Rising for the Xbox 360. Now, when I first started playing this game, I was thinking, holy crap, this game reminds me so much of Dawn of the Dead. And I'm not talking about the original movie, I'm talking about the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead. It's almost as if the developers were all sitting around one day and they all watched that 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead, and they said to themselves, you know what, let's just make a game just like that movie, except we'll come up with new characters so we don't get sued. So yeah, playing through Dead Rising does feel like you're playing through the 2004 Dawn of the Dead movie. For those who don't know, Dawn of the Dead is a zombie movie that for the most part takes place in a shopping mall, which is just like Dead Rising. Now, the main mode in the game is a 72-hour mode, in which you're essentially given 72 hours to beat the game, 72 hours, 3 days. Now, each 24-hour period, each day in the game is equal to 2 hours of real time, so you're essentially given 6 hours to beat the game. And yeah, you are on a time limit. Now, normally this on a time limit thing will really annoy me. It's one of the reasons why I didn't really like the original Fallout, and it's also one of the reasons why I didn't really like Pikmin 1 on the GameCube. But however, in this on a time limit thing in Dead Rising, I didn't really mind it at all. It really added a high level of tension to the game. Now, in Dead Rising, you're only given one save slot, so whenever you save the game, you will overwrite your last save slot. And so whenever you die in the game, you will be given the option of either reloading your last save or restarting the game. And if you do choose to restart the game, you will be at the same level that you were when you died. So let's say when you died you were at level 12. When you restart the game, you will restart at level 12. Now, if restarting the game will overwrite your last save. So let's say you choose to restart the game, and then 5 minutes later you're thinking, oh crap, what I really wanted to do was to reload my last save. Well, at that point it's too late. Now, there are several different ways that you can play Dead Rising. You can play the game and do all the story missions and ignore the side missions, or you can play the game and do all the side missions and ignore the story missions, or you can do a combination of doing both the story missions and the side missions. Now, since you are on a time limit, there will be several occasions in which you will be pressed for time. So there will be several times in which it will be extremely hard for you to do both the story missions and the side missions. And then, of course, you can just spend the whole 72-hour period, just going around the mall, killing zombies, and ignoring all the story missions and ignoring all the side missions. Now, the game will end, and you will get an ending after the 72-hour period has ended, whether or not you have beaten all the story missions. So, yeah, naturally, as you can expect, the game does have multiple endings, which does add to the replay value of the game. Now, the side missions in this game consist of either going to rescue and escort survivors to a safe location, or going to go kill these psychos, in which these are kind of like boss fights. Now, there are a couple of side missions in which you have to do both, because there are some side missions in which in order to rescue some survivors, there will be like a psycho guarding those survivors. So in order to rescue them, you will have to kill the psycho first and then go rescue those survivors. Now, some of these survivor missions in this game can be really intense. Now, for example, in one of the rescue missions, I have to go rescue this guy in one of the stores at the shopping mall. So when I get to the store, I see that he's injured. So as I'm talking to the guy, trying to convince him to join me, I'm also fighting off zombies. And when he finally decides to join me, I see that because he's injured, he has to, when we're going through the mall, he has to be leaning against my shoulder. And so I go and kill off all the zombies at the entrance of that store, go up to him, have him lean against my shoulder, and then take one quick look at the entrance to see if there are any zombies left lingering there. And then I look at him and it's like, are you ready? Let's go. And so it's like off to the races we're going. And as we're rushing and running through the mall, we're just bobbing and weaving through crowds of literally hundreds and hundreds of zombies, all of them trying to claw and grab at me. And all while I'm doing that, I'm sitting on my couch just praying, please don't let any of the zombies grab at me. And now remember, I'm also on a time limit, so I have to get this guy to the safe area before the next story mission starts. Otherwise, I'll miss out on doing the next story mission. So this really adds to a high level of tension. So when I finally get to the safe area, I'm like, phew, what a rush. And now, in the game, you can escort multiple survivors at one time, and the most amount of survivors that I was able to escort at one time is 4 survivors, and that was a real pain, because the AI on some of the survivors can be really dumb. The zombies can spawn at the worst possible time, and you can quickly run out of weapons. And so it took me several tries, but when I was finally able to get all 4 of those survivors to the safe area, it was draining, but the level of satisfaction I got was amazing. I'm like, wow, we all made it. So it's just things like this that just make this game so fun and addicting to play. And as you can imagine, this game has kept me up past my bedtime on several occasions, which I didn't mind at all. So as October winds down, I had wanted to get started on playing another horror or Halloween type game. But the only game that I'll probably have time to play is Costume Quest, which is a downloadable title from PSN, and I have it on my PS3. So I'll probably get started on Costume Quest pretty soon. And yeah, so these are the games that I'm playing in October. Hope everyone has a great October, and hope everyone also has a great Halloween. And thanks for watching this video.